Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're opening up a fascinating 15-year reading log. It's basically a giant time capsule of ideas. We're going to look at notes from dozens of books read over the last 15 years to find timeless rules about tech, business, and society. Let's jump right in. So think about it for a second. How much has work and daily life really changed since the early internet days? 15 years is a huge amount of time in the digital world, right? We often feel like everything is completely different now. But is it really? Well, let's find out. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the 15-year reading log itself, then look at tech tools then and now, the rules of online business, lessons in leadership, society and real life, and finally, some key thoughts to remember. Okay, Section 1, a 15-year reading log. This source material covers 15 long years of book reviews. It starts way back around 2011 and goes all the way to 2025. Keeping a log for this long creates a perfect, natural time capsule. It clearly shows us what problems people worried about back then, and honestly, what problems we're still facing today. Moving on to Section 2, Tech Tools Then and Now. Look at this timeline. Back in 2011, people absolutely loved a digital note tool called Evernote. They literally called it a second brain. But watch what happens. Fast forward to 2023, the company closed its old app and users started to leave. By 2025, everyone is suddenly asking if a newer tool, Notion, is actually better. It's a great example of how fast popular tools can just fall out of favor. So why did this happen? Well, in the past, users really loved the fast search and safe storage. The app held everything: photos, web pages, important ideas. But as the service got worse and that old app finally closed, users felt forced to leave. The big takeaway here, we just can't rely on one single piece of software forever. We always have to adapt. All right, Section 3, Rules of Online Business. Now, years ago, a lot of people thought the absolute best way to win online was by tricking search engines. We call this SEO. But on the exact opposite side is usability. That simply means actually helping the user. And if we look at our books from 2007 and 2011, they clearly state that usability was always the real winner. You see, search engine rules change every single day. What works today might completely fail tomorrow, but putting the human user first, that never goes out of style. If you make your website easy to read and easy to use, people will naturally like it. History proves over and over that good service always beats technical tricks. That brings us to Section 4, Lessons in Leadership. When we look at a 2024 guide to doing business in Taiwan, it reveals some really deep cultural rules. For example, you need to make very fast decisions. You also have to help others save face, which means protecting their honor in public. There are even special rules for drinking and toasting at business dinners. You just can't use your own country's rules and expect to succeed everywhere. Now check out this quote: immediate decisions, trusting young people, and creating new customs. This actually matches up perfectly with older leadership lessons from the history of Sony. Sony's founders trusted young talent, they made fast decisions, and because of that, they built a massive global brand. Truly good leadership works across different countries and completely different times. Next is Section 5, Society and Real Life. Beyond business, these books cover real life too. Take social isolation. This happens when people lose all contact with friends and society. Reports from NHK, a major news network, show exactly how easily this happens. And it's not just older people. Even young workers in their 30s and 40s can become completely isolated and alone. It's a very serious problem we face today. The reading log also mentions a famous actor fighting terrible depression. He actually called it a cold of the heart. It also talks about single mothers struggling in poverty just to feed their kids. Whether it's a rich actor or a hardworking mother, the reality is that anyone can fall into bad times. We really need to build a society that pays attention and shows care. Finally, Section 6, Final Thoughts to Remember. So let's wrap up the key takeaways from this amazing 15-year journey. First, tech tools will always change, so you have to stay flexible. Second, in online business, always put the human user first. Third, respect local culture and be ready to make fast decisions. And finally, keep close to your family and society, because while machines constantly change, caring about people is always the right answer. I want to leave you with this one question to think about. How has your own learning changed over the years? What specific books or life lessons have really stayed with you?
I highly encourage you to keep exploring, keep reading, and keep learning. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.